First Bank as well as Wellspun Corp. Watch out for those candidates in trade. A quick glance at the markets, and we're holding out at 14,759. You've got the broader markets in firm fettle, particularly the small cap index, so that outperformance very evident, and it's a 200 point notch up on the Sensex. Let's get a move on. What's going on when it comes to hospitality, and in particular when it comes to Mahindra Resorts? We've got Kavinder Singh as the Managing Director and CEO of the company now joining in. Thanks so much for taking time out. We really just wanted to take stock of the situation at hand, because a very catch-22 situation, Mr. Singh. The vaccine is, of course, a major booster for travel and tourism, but then that spike in cases, that can definitely deter demand for occupancy growth. What's the sense that you're getting? How have inquiries been over the past couple of months?
Okay, if I look at the occupancies, our bookings over the last 3 months, I think we have had a fairly good run. We have crossed 85% in some months, and some months at about 80%. So we seem to have, we have been fine during this Jan, Feb, March period on the occupancy front. But as I look ahead, and as you rightly said, in April, May, June, I think the key driver for the hospitality to recover would be the rate at which the vaccine rolls out. Because I'm also quite sure that as people get their second jab, and after a few days of getting the second jab, say about 2 weeks, people will make travel plans again, and we are seeing that kind of a trend.
Yes, that is definitely going to be crucial. Now, let's talk about your overall occupancy growth. You said at an average, it's at around 80%. Some properties, I understand, have even posted 100% occupancy growth. What have been the trends across your resorts?
So if I look at the resorts in up north in Himachal, and if I look at the resorts in the western region around Mumbai, and if I look at the resorts down south, we have seen at various big weekends, occupancy is hitting 100%. And what I am noticing is that there is no trend that there is a particular region where the occupancies are low. We are seeing all round. And more important, in the long weekends, we have seen a very, very big turn up of people at the resorts. And I believe it's also due to the fact that, one, we have 250,000 plus members that we have. And more importantly, the Club Mahindra Safe Stay program and Travel with Confidence program has generated enough confidence amongst our members to travel safely to our resorts. So all in all, the occupancy story looks good. As I mentioned, vaccine rollout should hopefully maintain the momentum that we are seeing. So parallelly, I would like to highlight to you that in this year that has gone by, we ended up adding about 10 resorts. And all those new resorts are also seeing very, very high occupancies.
And how many new member additions have you seen in the quarter gone by? And how is it that you're looking to beef up member acquisitions? Because much unlike many hotel chains which are still trying to lure back guests, you've been pretty successful in signing up new members, as we understand.
That's right. So I think if I look at the quarter one, we added 1,270 members, which was far below. Of course, that was the peak of pandemic. And we moved up to 2,500 plus. And then, of course, in the quarter three, we were above 3,000. If I look at quarter four, as I have mentioned earlier, the momentum has been good. We should have our results out after our board meeting, and I will share with you the numbers. But yes, I think the need for travel, more importantly, being outdoors, more importantly, being in safer places away from the cities, we are seeing a positive trend, generally speaking, both at resorts and in terms of member additions.
Okay. I also wanted to understand how your international subsidiaries are doing. The 3 in Finland, because we understand they're going to remain suspended till May 2nd, 2021. How the international operations are doing with the kind of stricter COVID restrictions that we have in place?
Right. I think our subsidiary, which had a fantastic quarter in the second quarter, which is their peak season, as you know, which starts around July. So mid-June to about August end is their holiday season. They had a fantastic quarter. And then come November, they had started to see an increase in infections. The COVID second wave was on in Finland. And what that has done is that, of course, it affected our results in December end and that you saw. But we have noticed that government has come out with even tougher restrictions in the month of March specifically, and now going on to May, which we have informed stock exchanges. So we have about 7 spa hotels and about 25 odd resorts, out of which, yes, 4 spa hotels were closed in the month of in the month of March. And then in April, now there will be 3 spa hotels, which will not be, possible to run. And what it does is, obviously, the government is being extra careful. But if you look at their total infection rate, it's very, very low even now. But they are being extra cautious. But the good news in Finland and Sweden, as well as in Grand Canaries, is that we see, looking forward into the summer, and when we say summer, we are talking about June onwards, once again, momentum returning, because that's the time people begin to holiday, and the vaccination drive is fully on in these countries as we speak.
Sure. What about F&B activities, Mr. Singh? What are revenues looking like on that side, vis-a-vis in terms of overall percentage? I mean, how have they picked up?
Yeah. So I think what's happening, we are noticing that F&B, which is, and it's a very interesting pattern that I have observed, and I'm quite happy to share with your viewers. Earlier people would come to our resorts and they would say that, hey, we can eat in resorts, maybe our breakfast and probably dinner, but, let's go out for lunch and, move around a bit. And maybe they would probably eat at a place which will not be the best and probably save them some costs. But one of the things that we noticed is that now, just to let you know, all our kitchens are, the resort kitchens are ISO 22000 certified. All our resorts are Bureau Veritas certified on COVID safe protocols. Now we are noticing people want to stay indoors in the sense in the resort, and they want to eat at our restaurants or at the room, depending on their family size and if they have any special occasion. So we are noticing that, yes, there is an uptick in the F&B revenues that we are noticing. And that's something that was expected. And by the way, some of that we did see in the October, November, December quarter. But I think in the Jan, Feb, March also, we are seeing a similar trend that people want to consume now food in safe and hygienic places, which actually augurs well for us.
I guess I can see that. That's definitely a trend that would naturally occur. So looking good on that front as well. Okay, so in terms of some of the other trends and, work from home, work from away, talking about the summer coming up, and I know you touched upon increasing need for safety. What are some of the most popular destinations you think that'll kick in over this summer period? We're in year 2 now, so we've already seen a fair amount of travel. We might still see renewed travel interest domestically, given that people have started taking the vaccine. So what are some of the forward-looking trends that you're watching out for?
Right. Very interesting question, and my favorite question, because I keep thinking about this. And first point I want to make is that we started our vaccination sometime in March. So a lot of people are going to get their second jab in April. And I can see people making their plans, and I can see that in our forward booking trends as well, that people are wanting to travel and get out of their homes, because some people have definitely followed the rules all the way. And particularly older people, they have time on their hand, they have money on their hand, they are looking forward to their travel, number one. Number two, I'm also noticing that you did talk about work from home and the whole idea. So I'm noticing that people are actually bringing children to our resorts. And actually, children are writing their exams online at the resorts. I mean, I actually met a family which was doing the same. And I was surprised that in our times, you would not think of actually leaving your home if you have an exam. So the online bit is also helping our, some kind of these seasonality might blur. We may not have any seasons. People might travel in all the seasons that they can, because they can literally do work online, as well as their children could sort of do their exams writing online and even studies online. So I have this concept which I've been talking about, be leisure, the business come leisure, pleasure. There are a lot of people who are daytime conducting their business through Wi-Fi and the broadband, and in the evening they're joining their family for the fun and frolic. So that's the other trend that I'm seeing. There's another trend that I'm noticing, that as far as the destinations are concerned, people are wanting to go to destinations which are back of beyond. I mean, there were resorts like Windsor who would not, in our case, get filled up because people would say, hey, it's a long time to travel. But now people are saying, hey, I can drive 10 hours, 12 hours, but I want to get away. I want to be in places which are open, where I can actually, be in nature. There are a number of people who have requested us to start this bird watching activity, because a lot of our resorts have lots of birds, migratory birds who come in. Is interesting. So we are in fact now having ornithologists who are actually taking people on bird watching tours, who are going on trails. We have electric bike tours where people can actually use an electric bike in an environment friendly and explore. As you know, we took a stake in this company called Great Rock Sport. And those people are also, working with our teams at the resorts to create great outdoor experiences. So destinations which are far, which are in amidst nature, are again getting very popular. Another very interesting trend, people want to travel in groups, friends, families, extended families, whom they know. And they are traveling in a bit of a bubble, people whom they know, whom they can trust. As you know, in our, club, anyway, people do not have to pay for the room because they have already paid through the membership fee. So they come, they enjoy with larger families, and they are having a great time amidst nature, doing lots of activities, which is what our club, Mahindra, is known for, and having a great time.
So you're clearly very well placed at a time like this. So I'd assume then, Mr. Singh, that the outlook when it comes to the profitability, when it comes to your cash at hand, cash balances, is all quite comfortable. What are you targeting by way of your profits?
So, as you know, that we will be able to talk about this post our board meeting, but I can only say that, even in the pandemic time, when we closed in March 20, we had a cash of about 791 crores. And by December, we had moved up our cash to 848 crores. But more important is, apart from growing cash profit, is how we are deploying cash. We are earlier, we have a clear plan to increase our inventory. And that is why I mentioned that we opened up 10 destinations. Just to let you know, we opened up a new place in Jaipur, Kerala, Arakati, which is just about 1 hour from Cochin. And we had a tie-up. We have a tie-up with 3 amazing resorts in Andamans. And we are opened a new resort in Goa, which is again amidst nature, not in front of a beach, but again very, very popular already. And in Mount Abu, Ranthambore, Alibag, which is near Mumbai. And as we speak, we have a full pipeline ready to open more resorts. So the idea is that how do we, create our inventory and move beyond 5,000, or we are at about 4,000 as we close this quarter, which is something that I have shared earlier. So we are looking to grow our inventory, which is actually going to help us grow our members. And that will obviously have a positive effect on our profits and cash.